In this video, we're going to take a look at common factors. So the first thing is that factors are numbers that we can multiply together to get another number. So for example, we have factors of 12. So we could do 1 multiplied by 12 to get 12. We could do 2 multiplied by 6 to get 12. And we could do 3 multiplied by 4 to get 12. And then factors of 18 would be 1 multiplied by 18, 2 multiplied by 9, and 3 multiplied by 6. When a set of numbers has the same factor, it is called a common factor. So when I look at my two lists of factors for 12 and 18, I see that they both have a 1. I see that they both have a 2. I see they both have 3. And I see that they both have 6. So common factors for 12 and 18 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. That means those numbers go into both 12 and 18. The greatest common factor, or GCF, is the largest factor that a set of numbers have in common. So in this case, my largest number is 6. So the greatest common factor for 12 and 18 is 6, because it is the biggest number that goes into both 12 and 18. So let's take these numbers and find the greatest common factor for them. So for 30, here are my factors. And for 45, here are my factors. Well, when I want to take a look at which ones they have in common, I'm going to circle those. So here they both have 1, they both have 3, they both have 5, and it looks like they both have 15. So those are my common factors. So then out of my common factors, I'm going to put a triangle around the largest one, or the greatest common factor. And that looks to be like it is 15. So the greatest common factor, or GCF, for 30 and 45 is 15, because that's the biggest number that will go into both 30 and 45. Let's take a look at 72 and 56. So my list of factors for 72 would be here, and my list of factors for 56 would be here. And now let's circle the common ones. So we have got 1, we have 2, we have 4, we have 8, and that looks to be about it. And so now I'm going to put a triangle around the largest one, and that looks to be 8. And so my greatest common factor, or again, GCF for short, for both 72 and 56 is 8, because that is the largest number that will go into both of them. So when we're dealing with factors, there's two groups of numbers that we need to be aware of. One is a prime number, and the other is a composite number. So a prime number has only two factors, and those factors are 1 and itself. So for example, we could take the number 5, and the only way, or the only factors we have for 5 are 1 times 5. If I take 7, the only factors I have for 7 are 1 multiplied by 7. So those are only 1 and itself. A composite number is any number that has 3 or more factors. So for example, if we take 6, I can go 1 multiplied by 6, and then 2 multiplied by 3. So it has more, or it has 3 or more factors. So let's take a look at this table here. It's got numbers 1 through 50. We're going to mark numbers either prime or composite. If it's prime, we're going to put a P, and if it's composite, we're going to put a C. So first, we're going to start with 1. 1 is neither prime or composite, so we're going to leave that one alone. 2 is prime. 3 is prime. 4, because I can take 1 times 4 and 2 times 2, that's composite. 5 is prime. 6 is composite. 7 is prime. 8 is composite. 9 is composite. 10 is composite. 11 is prime. And then we have composite, prime, composite, 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 prime, composite, prime, composite, and then we have, composite, composite, prime, composite, 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 prime, and then composite, prime, and composite, and composite, and composite, and composite, and another composite. Here's a prime one. Here's a composite, and a composite, and a composite. 41 is prime. 42 is composite. 43 is prime. 44 composite, 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 prime, and then composite, composite, and composite. So again, all these prime numbers only have one factor in itself, and all of the composite numbers have 3 or more factors.